no matter the location. From O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider.
Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and we're coming at you here with some breaking news. The Las Vegas Raiders, they have cut Lamarcus Joyner. This has been one of the deals that was just never a good fit from the get-go here. As soon as Joyner signed that 4-year deal about 2 years ago, it was just an absolute disaster. They decided to bring him on to be a Swiss Army knife, to be a player that they could line up outside in the safety in the nickel, and no disrespect to Lamarcus Joyner, I don't know if I would have paid him a nickel because he was just never a good fit with this team. Now, by moving on from him, the Raiders, instead of paying him $11.2 million in 2021, they've decided to cut him where you save $8.7 million. Sure, you see a little bit of that dead cap hit of $2.5 million, but he was a bad fit with Paul Gunther. Most of the Raiders players were. He was also, though, not a good fit the final 3 games of the season with Rod Marinelli. So for everyone out there, it's like, hey, maybe if we gave him a chance, maybe with Gus Bradley it could be different. Man, I've seen this for a long time. The Raiders have made several bad signings since I've started covering the Raiders and since Mike Mayock and John Gruden have been with this team. This Lamarcus Joyner one is up there with one of the worst. Don't just look at tackles, no interceptions, 5 pass breakups. You're not paying a dude over $11 million if he just can't get the job done. I think we're getting the job done here at the Raiders Report. And if you guys are always looking for the breaking news, the latest news and rumors around the silver and black, we're going to be keeping you updated the entire offseason. There's no days off here. My name, Mitchell Renz 365. Probably should have made 366 last year because we don't take days off here at the Raiders Report. We're trying to keep you guys updated. We love what we do here. So if you're always looking for free videos the entire offseason, I need you to subscribe. Let's get to 75,000 subs by Saturday. Now, I want to keep you updated here on what the offseason looks like, the 2021 NFL free agency. So I want you to look at the bottom note here. The cap space that you see on screen, it reflects Richie Incognito and Lamarcus Joyner being cut. So on Over the Cap, they still have Joyner, they still have Incognito on the books. All I did for you was do the math, went above and beyond, you're welcome, and gave you the ultimate number here. So you're looking at $18.2 million, which is 14th most in the National Football League. You see the Raiders right now, they're trying to reconstruct, they're trying to rebuild this defense to see how can we take a lot of this money that we've invested in players like Lamarcus Joyner, and how can we get more out of these dudes that we're playing? And I do anticipate a very, very fun free agency. So fill in the blank here. I can't wait to see some of the comments that come across on this one. You know, normally we do like a one-word reaction or grade the cut. I want you guys to be creative here, and I know you can do it. I always see what you guys put. The Raiders have cut Lamarcus Joyner. It's time to blank. I already know my top 3 guesses. I'm going to guess party. I'm going to guess drink. And I guarantee I'm going to get some 420s as well. The Raiders have cut Lamarcus Joyner. It's time to fill in the blank. All right, let's also look at some other deals that the Raiders have done here since John Gruden and Mike Mayock have come together. It hasn't been pretty. What you see on screen is this. Players that Gruden and Mayock have signed, given a contract of $5 million, and the money what's in parentheses is the guaranteed dollars. So again, players that we signed in free agency and players that were given more than $5 million. Trent Brown was given $36 million. How many people here, guaranteed, how many people here think that was a good one? Okay, Corey Littleton, fingers still crossed on that one. Year 1, though, was a disaster. Lamarcus Joyner, Tyrell Williams, he's already gone. And then Carl Nassib. Carl Nassib might actually be the worst contract out of all of them on this one. I mean, it's been that bad. Nick Kwiatkowski, he's really probably the only good one at this point. Jordy Nelson, I love me some Jordy, but he was at the end of his career. They signed him to a 2-year deal, and then he was cut, or technically retired after the 2nd year. Mariota was good for 3 quarters. His contract is so bad right now that the Raiders can't trade him. Think about that. And then Tahir Whitehead, he had a lot of tackles. Disaster there, though. And then Malik Collins. Malik Collins was rated a bottom 3 defensive tackle in the National Football League. Bottom line is what I'm saying is this. It's not good, dude. It's like your grandmother, I always go with this one, your grandmother getting out of the tub bad, But, I mean, that's exactly what it's been. So what I want you to do is do this. Don't picture that, Grandma. You know I love you. Grade Gruden and Mayock at signing free agents so far. I just showed you them. I could do a whole nother show on trades that they've made. Martavis, Brian, Antonio Brown. But I'm worried people would start taking their phones and they would just start chucking them places and getting rid of them and breaking them on the ground because that's how frustrating it's been. So A, B, C, D, or F, I want you to grade Gruden and Mayock at signing free agents so far. It's a D for me, dog. Like, I wanted to give it an F. However, like, when I think of Nelson Aguilar, that was a good signing last year. And you can't have Nelly, Kwiatkowski, and that equals an F. I can give it a D. I'm going to give it a big old D. So, if you guys want to know anything else going on around the Las Vegas Raiders, go ahead and hit that big red button that says subscribe. If you guys want to talk to me, you probably have to message me on Instagram. I don't know if my phone's going to work anymore, so give me like 24 hours to respond to you. But if you want to talk more Raiders, if you want to see me do an IG Live, I'm going to be doing one on Saturday. Again, it's going to be on Instagram at MitchellRenz365. So again, Lamarcus Joyner, bye-bye, no longer here. How does this now impact this Raiders defensive back depth chart? Well, I think you're going to see now Amik Robertson. He's going to slide into the nickel. They might try to do a few other things unless they try to bring somebody else in. Also, for those of you that pay attention to that far right-hand side of the screen, it says little asterisk equals free agent. Can you name the player? That last episode I did had an asterisk. This episode doesn't. 3, 2, 1. It's Dallin Leavitt, and the Raiders have signed him to a one-year deal. The 26-year-old out of Utah State was one of the very first players I ever interviewed here on the Raiders Report. Really cool, down-to-earth dude. Does this mean that they're not going to sign anybody in free agency at the safety position? No, it absolutely does not. Dallin Leavitt is a good special teams player, which is an important thing for a football team. Well, for all football teams, if we're being honest. But Leavitt is still going to be a depth player, but he's really only on the team for special teams. The guy that I really wanted to bring up, though, is Amik Robertson. And Amik, I know you watched the show. It's time to step up. If you're looking for an in-house Lamarcus Joyner replacement, it's Robertson. He's going to get more playing time. Sure, he had ups and downs. Most rookies do. But I'm trying to give a little bit of a pass to a lot of the rookies. I know, I'm hard on Arnett. But he's a first-round pick. Amik Robertson was drafted in the 4th round, 139 overall. I thought was actually one of the best value picks in the entire draft. If he gets a little bit more playing time, the dude out of Louisiana Tech, I think could be a real nice pickup for this team. Now, if you want to see some other cornerback options that the Raiders could go out and sign, I put a video out last week. Here you go. Top 11 free agent quarterbacks. You can see it's Richard Sherman, there's Desmond King, Chidobe Awuzie, a whole bunch of other players there. So seriously, subscribe. We are always keeping you updated. One player that actually wasn't featured in this video was AJ Bouye, and I put out a video a few hours ago, and then Lamarcus Joyner, Dallin Leavitt, they decided to say, screw you, Mitch. We're going to do some other news and rumors here, and then you're going to have to talk about it. The reason why I'm bringing up Bouye is because already I saw people DMing me asking me, okay, Mitch, the Raiders, they just moved on from Lamarcus Joyner. Does that mean that they're going to go out and sign AJ Bouye? You know what? They might sign AJ Bouye. However, it has nothing to do with Lamarcus Joyner. Bouye is an outside cornerback. Joyner is an inside corner. If they're going to bring in Bouye, it's going to be the cornerback too, or to also work with a guy like Damon Arnett. They're not going to bring him in to be that Swiss Army knife or nickelback that they were trying to do with a player like Joyner. We're always keeping you updated here. I'm going to be live tomorrow, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. So subscribe and turn on those notifications. That way you don't miss a thing. All right, I got to go find my phone now.